Okay, so to start off, I found it hilariously epic how the first 6, 7 minutes of this episode are pretty much all just set up on the part of Garp's people, like the people he brought with him, in order to just kind of set the stage perfectly, in order for him to absolutely decimate the island and the pirates. Like he's like the entire that first chunk was basically all the Marines Garp brought with him, just herding the pirates into one little select area, just so Garp can come in and absolutely decimate their ass. And it was like it is one of the most beautiful, decimate their ass in the most insane way possible. Like, it is the most beautiful bit of setup I've ever seen in a One Piece episode before, and that's not even talking art and animation, because yeah, the art and animation went fucking nuclear this episode with like just that punch. Like this, like we all pretty much knew Garp was a fucking demon. Like, Garp is the kind of Marine you do not want to fuck with in any shape or form. And this episode, yeah, it kind of enhanced it, because with one single hockey-powered punch, man basically, man pretty much dropped an atomic bomb onto the island. And I'm like, and I was laughing insanely the entire time it was going on. Like, oh my god, like, yeah, this is literally an episode of. This is literally the episode equivalent of you fuck around and you find out. Like, those pirates captured, had captured Kobe, and then Garp arrived, and yeah, they were fucked. Like, there's no other way of getting around it. They were fucking fucked. And yeah, I really kind of like it. I really kind of love it. But and you know, one thing, and so yeah, obviously, and you know, I think more than anything with Garp's like little one thing I did like too in this episode is that one thing I did like that was kind of portrayed in this episode is how we always kind of see, like, we always have this we always kind of see things from Luffy's perspective, Luffy and the Strass perspective, of how, yes, even though they're pirates, they're comrades. They're very much they're comrades, and they look, and they have a strong bond that where they look out for, they watch each other's back, they look out for each other. I really like how this episode, it kind of gave us the other side of that coin, of seeing that, yeah, of seeing the other side of the coin, of seeing that, yeah, even though the Marines are technically the antagonists of this story, within little subset groups, like pretty much the people that Kobe and Garp know, the Marine, there is a camaraderie, and there is a camaraderie, a deep connection and a friendship that is shared among Kobe, among Helmeppo, among Garp, and all the Marines that they personally know with and all the people that they know within their own inner circle. Like, they have their own comrades that Kobe can feel like he can rely on. It's not just Helmeppo, and I kind of like how the episode does in fact portray that. Now, with that said, though, we do need to talk about, yes, that ending where we see Aokiji appears. He freezes he freezes Hibari in her tracks, and he's ready to go toe to toe with he's ready to go like toe to toe with Garp. And this is I'm not gonna lie, this is one of those, I'll talk about it a lot more when we get to next week's episode, but this is one of those times where I truly am like, okay, is he a member of SWORD or not? Because the thing is, beyond this point, Aokiji, Kuzan, he does some really kind of screwed up. He keeps going down this kind of like pit of darkness, and it's one of those things where it's like, okay, I'm 90% sure, I'm 95% sure, 90 to 95% sure that he is a member of SWORD, and that he is doing his own little deep cover mission as being part of the Blackbeard Pirates. But then there's that very, very strong 5% that, as we'll find out next week, where I'm like, is he legitimately siding with Blackbeard? Is he legitimately siding with Blackbeard? Does he see himself as legitimately a part of Blackbeard's crew? That's the thing where I'm like, what exactly are you doing, Aokiji? Like, again, I'm still pretty confident he's like deep cover of infiltrating Blackbeard's crew, but it's like there's that very strong 5% where I'm like, I'm not entirely sure either. It's one of those fascinating things about still being a manga reader, where I'm like, I still got no clue what Aokiji's endgame here is. Now, and yeah, especially from that last little bit where we kind of almost like flash back to like, but from like before, like when he had just like, I think it was probably shortly after his duel with Akainu, and he was like, he was kind of like this wandering vagabond that ended up joining him. So yeah, no, and but yeah, guys, that's pretty much all I got for this review. Like I said, it was a pretty epic and simplified chapter of like, yeah, we're getting to, like Garp is here. He pretty much showed up, like fucking shit up, and now he's going toe to toe with Aokiji, and this is where the real fun begins, because we're gonna find a lot of just how deep. This is one of those things where we had kind of just gotten exposition from Aokiji when we first got introduced to him, that yes, he does share a very strong like connection with Garp, but we're gonna find out pretty much, I believe, next episode of just what the context of that relationship is, and just how much he does in fact hold Garp in high regard, and just has how much respect he has for him. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much all I got for this review. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Analyst Crunchroll, with your notification bell, the subscribe button, and just hit everyone, guys. Dark Knight Anime signing off. Later, everyone.